Hello everyone, my name is Darlene and I'm here to present some information on art therapy. What is art therapy? According to the American Art Therapy Association, art therapists use different artistic media and creative processes to help clients explore their feelings, reconcile emotional conflicts, foster self-awareness, manage behavior and addictions, develop social skills, improve reality orientation, reduce anxiety, and increase self-esteem. Art therapy as a profession was officially recognized in 1940 by Margaret Naumburg, who is known as the mother of art therapy. Sigmund Freud influenced art therapy. He believed art images created by psychiatric patients reveal the unconscious and deep portions of their personality expressed through visual means. Carl Jung also had an influence on art therapy. He developed on Freud's ideas, but he was less scientific minded. He believed in a less rigid, more spiritual idea of personality. And he held an interest in the mandala as an image, as a holistic image that provides comfort and structure to psychiatric patients. Martin Heidegger also had an influence on art therapy. Martin Heidegger was a German philosopher between 1889 and 1976, and he linked art to truth beyond what science could explain. In his book, Being and Time, his overall philosophy was that humans have the abilities, more so than other living beings, to freely choose and decide and make choices, and basically to create their own destiny. He also believed that a meaningful existence allows for personal growth. Heidegger warned a worldview that privileges science to the exclusion of all other ways of seeing things is in danger of missing something fundamental at the heart of being. Art therapy differs from cognitive behavioral therapy in that cognitive behavioral therapy falls short in making space for seeking out the relational, creative, spontaneous, humorous, playful aspects of living, essential for bringing joy and happiness to our lives. Steele also questions, where do the sorrows and struggles of life fit into the cognitive behavioral therapy model. Gadamer also had a fluent influence on art therapy. He believed that through movement and play, creative energy flows freely, leading to wellness. Play helps humans expand their thoughts and understanding without being so narrow-minded about things, to broaden our cultural horizons, our perspectives. Family art therapy is a great example of how the application of all of this plays out. Families may present to an art therapist with a problem where one family member may be displaying uncharacteristic behavior. Sutherland, 2011, states that observing a family therapy session, an arts therapist can observe patterns of movement, parenting styles, any cultural or ethnic influences, as well as behaviors, both good and bad. Art therapy has also been used for trauma victims. Saltzman, Maddock, and Marsden quote, "Art making and art therapy elicit a nonverbal, sensorial, symbolic, and kinesthetic therapeutic approach, elements that are often negatively affected by trauma." Through art therapy, trauma victims can express their loss of identity or give clues and changes of perception or relationships or their cognitive skills. as a trauma victim myself, I know that there were a lot of internalized emotions that I have, and art was one way of putting into expression what I could not find the words for. Alfred Adler also had an influence on art therapy. He believed family influences personality development, family social systems, behavior, and perceptions of environment. Understanding the problems that families are having is the key to understanding their strengths, according to Sutherland. But God is the master artist. Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. God is the master artist. God created male and female in his image, and therefore humans are embodied with the same abilities to create that God had himself. The road to becoming an art therapist requires a master's degree from an approved program, 100 hours of supervised client contact, 1,000 hours of direct client contact, and board eligibility for credentialing through the Art Therapy Credential Board. Becoming an art therapist, skills that would be used by an art therapist according to the summary report on ONET Online. Skills and abilities would be social perceptiveness, active listening, critical thinking, speaking, judgment, deductive and inductive reasoning. And they also suggest that there's a bright career outlook for art therapists. In conclusion, art therapy is a way that clients can express emotions, feelings, whether underlying on the surface or even deeper, and give clues to problem areas or dysfunctional relationships or thoughts or maladaptive behaviors through observing the family dynamic, how they work together, or just finding the message behind the art of a trauma survivor. In Ephesians 2, chapter 2, verse 10, in the New International Version, it says, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God has prepared in advance for us to do." I think that regardless of whether you choose a career as an art therapist, art provides a great form of expression that those that may be challenged by vision problems, hearing, seeing, or have some kind of disability in some way, they can still do works of art. There's still ways to create and express themselves. Thank you for your time.